Alright, what's good YouTube? Prince back with another video. Today's video, another coaching video. So somebody commented on one of my most recent videos saying that in my replays, I forget to turn on the replay command list. So don't worry, I actually do have the command list on for these replays, and today's video is going to be a coaching video by a YouTuber named, I hope I say this right, please let me say this right, Bisolit. I think that's how you say his name properly. If I'm wrong and you're watching the video, just let me know in the comment section. So yeah, what I like is this guy actually has rank matches that we can actually take a look at, and I actually prefer to look at rank matches when I'm trying to coach someone or correct like the replays or tell them what they're doing wrong, because typically in rank environments people are actually trying to win, so they're more likely to, you know, showcase the common flowcharts that you might see online. Alright, so this could be educational for other people that struggle in the Clive matchup. And I like that. The first thing I like is that he actually tried to fight for his turn, because right here they're both at 0, and I think he recognized that. Alright, now we're gonna go into like the first thing that he could have done differently here. And this move right here, right? You can duck the second hit. Let me actually fast forward backwards a little bit. I'll try and take control of this character right when he does it. And I liked is like when he was negative, he actually blocked. You know what I mean? Too many people will try and swing when they're negative, but you can see you can just duck the second hit of 4-2-1. And then, you know, punish with whatever combo you want. Like, pretty sure he knows the Season 2 combos, right? So that was the first thing. Another thing too, if you don't duck the second hit, it's only +1. So you can actually step, right? It's only +1 on block, right? +1, you can take your turn, you can step. Like, if they're not going to commit to something that's like fast, at +1, the only thing Clive really gets is a jab. So if he's not jabbing, you can take your turn, right? Like, he followed that with a slow move, right? So even down forward one would have worked. But best case scenario, if you want to be safe, step and try and gather information on the Clive and see if they're going to try and commit to homing moves. But even then, even doing a homing move in this scenario when you're only +1, you can still challenge, because again, +1 isn't scary or anything like that, and it's super linear string. His follow-ups were very linear. I think he did 4-2-2 afterwards. Yeah, and you could just step and just do whatever combo you want. I'm gonna try and not, when I do these, when I showcase strings that you guys can duck, I'm gonna try and not do combos, so that way the video can be shorter and you guys can actually get to the stuff that you actually need to do. Because I'm pretty sure everybody here knows combos, right? And again, Garuda forward 1+2, low crushing launcher, -14 on block, right? So this would have been the correct punish. If you wanted to go into heat, down forward 1-2. But, you know, try and punish it next time, right? Went for the hell sweep. She's kind of slow to take her turn right there, but it's fine. Okay, good challenge. I like it. Down 2, he knows. That's your best option when you land a raw heat engager. Okay, didn't really commit to the rest of his punish. Nice. Okay, here's my thing. Like, this is the main reason that a lot of players in these ranks, especially blue ranks, this is the main reason why a lot of players lose and struggle to close out games, right? A lot of people, when they're in the lower ranks, they try and focus more on like the big punish, like they only stick with the things that are like launch punishable, but the small stuff matters here too, right? Because the Clive failed to punish his down forward 2, right? And if he had just punished forward 1+2 by Clive, he would have won right here, because it's -14. You can also do down forward 1-2, all splat, combo. 2-2-1 would probably get the most damage though, to be honest. So let's see what he actually did, right? Hopefully he closes out the round. Nice. But when people hang themselves to dry like that, you want to close the match out as fast as possible. Now again, Clive's plus frames on block, right here, this is a very generous move. Any move that's like only +2 is very generous, because with +2, you have a lot of options of what you can do in this situation. Again, you could have stepped. Anytime, one thing I noticed immediately is anytime he gets any type of plus frames, he likes to follow it up with 4-2, either 4-2-2 or 4-2-1. So after this, I'd recommend stepping to test, maybe not step every time, but step often enough to make them start throwing out homing moves. Because once they start throwing out homing moves, most homing moves on block are not plus, so they give up their turn if they're unsuccessful, right? And then again, you could deduct the second hit right here. Let me not do a combo. For a second hit, 4-2-1. You could deduct the second hit. After this move, you could have stepped. It's only +2. It's not that scary. Nice. I like that. He has some Clive matchup experience because right in this situation, right? Clive is -8, and then he goes for the transition, right? So he could have did down 2. He could have did any move that's 15 frames or faster and interrupt, right? Which is what I would have recommended in this situation, right? If you know your opponent's going to commit to swinging while they're negative, try and get the max damage out of it. If you're scared that you might be too slow, then go for a 13 frame down 4-1 option if you have it, right? Which is probably the faster option, is he can react to the dash up. See? Like that. Alright, let's continue on. But he did take his turn though. Alright, gets the uncheckable grab, but next. Again, like, I might do another video tomorrow on how to download your opponent or how to spot patterns, because he's giving you a lot of information within like the first round and second round, because he loves 4-2-1, loves 4-2-2. Most of the time when he has plus frames, he'll follow up with another 4-2. Does down back 4. This is the first time he's used it so far. I like the step. Okay, what are you gonna do with it? Did try and step. Now this is another thing too, right? Like after getting hit by the heat engager, a lot of people in blue ranks, they seem to forget that the heat engagers have been updated. So now they're only +9 on hit rather than +15. So you can actually take some liberty. If they're not doing something guaranteed or quick, you could step, right? And you actually would have been able to step the grab right here. Right? Damn, my electrics are... There we go. Right, well, you get the point. Anyway, back with the replay. I was gonna warm up my electrics when I play Mishimas. Okay, well, yeah, that definitely could have been avoided. Okay, he's gonna go heat, back 2. Oh, Walker. Now, here's the thing you could have done, right? Hopefully this helps everybody that's facing Clive. This would be an easy step right here, right? You know what I mean? Like, that last hit is super reactable. See? Very linear, too. Okay, he's -9, you take your turn. I like that. I like seeing people take their turn when, you know, they're put in a situation when their opponent's negative. Now, this was actually interesting. He's, you know... Again, like, I'd say, like, when you're trying to take your turn, too, like, you're in a situation where you're +6, right? If you jab too much in these situations, smarter players will start ducking. So sometimes you want to take your turn with a mid, right? But it's fine. Oh, -16. Does he punish? Okay, small punish. Clive could have launched, but a lot of blue ranks don't really know the matchup in this situation, so... And actually, hold up. I actually want to go back to that. That was what was that? Round 2? Round 3? Well, we're just gonna fast forward to the end right here. I think it was in this situation. What was it? Yeah, you could have actually ducked here. I mean, you gotta take any opportunities your opponent will give you, right? Let me not do a combo, because that's just gonna make the video longer. Okay, whiffs. Okay. Let's see why did you get hit on counter here? Let's see. Okay, you got hit because I'm glad we have now that we have the commander list, we can see what's going on. You jabbed. So yeah, that's the thing. You were jabbing a bit too much and you got high crush right here, right? Because I really wanted to see why you got hit there on counter hit. Again, 4-2-1 like always. Like anytime you guys gotta like pay attention to how your opponent plays, right? He lands down back 4, right? +4 situation. Not really scary, but this is when you gotta start kind of respecting frames. Like if you are gonna take an option here, your best chance is to step or block. Preferably block in this situation, because why I say that is because he always likes to follow up with 4-2-1 whenever he's in a plus frame situation, which is exactly what he did here. And then that would have been another launcher right there for you. And even after that, he's doing a lot of high follow-ups here, right? Like let's say, okay, hold up. We gotta watch this again, right? Even after you didn't block the 4-2-1, which, again, like I said, you could have stepped and then land a heat engager, get a. Why did that not wall splat? Wait, why did that not wall splat? Wait, hold up. Okay, why did that not wall splat? Okay, wait. Okay, there we go, sorry. Alright, and even if you didn't duck there, oh gosh. He likes to do 1-1. Okay, let's say you don't duck the second hit of 4-2-1, and let's say you don't even step after 4-2-1, right? You know, you could have also took your turn here. Like, that's fake pressure. Like, doing that, and to dash on block, that's fake pressure. That's only real pressure on hit. Which he did land here, right? Also might need to cover a video showcasing how to deal with fake pressure. Then he just did it raw? Alright, well, okay, that's the end of that video. And he key charged? Aw, nah, Clive players are toxic, bruh. Clive players are toxic, bruh. Oh my goodness. I like the Trunks fit, though. But yeah, Clive was toxic for that. Also, a little curious, I want to actually look at the profile, because I don't know if you played him again. But this is another thing I do too. If you guys are going to run it back with someone after a match like that, check the defense, right? Because the defense stats don't lie. With defense this low, it also indicates that he most likely would mash a lot. And then you could probably fisher a lot of counter hits. When I see stats like this, like that's the thing about Tekken 8 that you guys are not abusing. Like, if you go in an offline setting in a tournament, you have to pick up your opponent on the fly, right? Now, in the game, like when you're running a set online, after the first match, whether win or lose, you could just look at the profile to help you confirm your suspicions, and boom, it'll show you that low defense suggests that they don't know matchups, they're probably going to flowchart a lot, and they're going to match a lot and not respect every plus frame situation, right? So you guys can actually use that to your advantage, because it literally gives you free info on your opponent on how solid they are. Alright, next we're going to look at this Dragunov replay. And again, I don't want nobody in the YouTube comments talking badly about any of the players in the video. That everybody's trying to get better. Some people aren't. Some people are just playing for fun, and that's completely okay. Those that do want to get better, they'll go on YouTube, they'll look up guides, they'll look up replays, they'll look up coaching and stuff like that. So we're going to jump into this. Okay, I like this step. And I like the step from this Dragunov player. I already feel like this Dragunov player was better than the Clive player. Okay, what are you going to do? It down 2, right? Yes. Okay, got counter it. Okay, right there. Hold up. When both of you guys have heat, especially when your opponent has heat, whether you have heat is irrelevant. But when your opponent has heat, and you're at this range, you don't want to whiff, right? Because what's happening is his bar's running, his bar's ticking down. I think he's also trying to respect you too, because your bar's running down, so he's probably expecting you to heat smash. And then doing this right here, do not whiff against someone that's still in heat, right? Immediate heat smash. And by the time you get up, your heat's gone completely, right? So you want to utilize the most out of your heat, while also trying to mitigate your opponent's usage of heat, but it's fine, right? Okay, here's the thing. A lot of players, they don't seem to know how to do a Dragunov's down 2. Yes, you cannot react to it. You can only catch on to your opponent's timing if you want to block down 2. But one thing you guys gotta know, down 2 is only -1 on hit. You're in a +1 situation, right? So let me show you guys how to do a Dragunov's down 2 against like intermediate level players. He's on the left side. First thing you can do wall standing 4, because your wall standing 4 is going to hit before his, right? Right? If you're scared, don't finish the second hit wall standing 4 with Reina, just do the first hit, because the first hit's +5. I mean, you can go into this stance for it to be +8. But in this situation, just to test how mashy he is, wall standing 4, step to see what he does. And also, oh, hold up. Yeah, you're already at the wall, so you can't step in that direction. So wall standing 4, if you're in situations where you're not able to step, don't do it all the time, because a smarter Dragunov player will catch on, and then they'll try and step your wall standing 4 retaliation, because it's technically your turn, right? And again, wall standing 4 again. Wall standing 4 check could have solved that. Or, okay, this tracks too well. So yeah, wall standing 4. If he does anything else, you can step. Nice combo. I can tell he knows the season 2 combo routes. Alright, what is Dragunov gonna do here? Okay, I don't like this. You were -8 and you continued. Right, you continued to like press on the offense. If I was this Dragunov player, this is what I would have done. Right? I would have checked you immediately, right? Because you don't have enough frames to get out a heat engager. Or, if I wanted more damage, right? Step. But I definitely would have checked you right here. Preferably with something 13 frames or faster. But yeah, try not to swing so much when you're negative, and that will actually work wonders for you. I will say this Dragunov's a lot more patient than the Clive. I think the Dragunov player is a lot better than the Clive. And again, when you're getting harassed with so much down 2s like this, you can like try and step and take your turn. Now he did immediately do down 2 into down 2 side into down 2 again. You could have stepped in down forward 1 in time. And again, like wall standing 4 to take your turn back, so you don't constantly keep getting harassed. Because once you start doing wall standing 4 after they hit you with down 2, now they're gonna start thinking more about what they're gonna retaliate with after you hit them with wall standing 4. And if they try and wall standing 4 in retaliation, you could step and then launch. But nice punish though. Ooh, yeah, that's the thing. You want to go for like more. Hold up, I want to go back to the last part of this round. Oh my gosh, this is gonna make the video longer, but it's okay, right? Right, I think everyone needs to see this though, because when you're in a situation like this, like let's say you're trying to make a comeback. Oh my god, I fast forwarded too fast. I need to give you an option to rewind right after that. Because like as soon as the round's over, you can't rewind. You actually have to go back. Okay, let's hope I don't mess this up. Okay, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a little bit. Not too much though. Okay, was it this situation? Right. Now here, you want to do like fast start frame moves, right? You try to jump up, right? Can I take control of your character, please? right? I would went for this option because, one, it's a homing move, right? It tracks, and it's a faster retaliation. But you try to play Big Tekken when you do not have the life to be playing Big Tekken. You should have played small Tekken here and went with a faster option, right? That's why he stepped in the situation.
Round 3. Fight.
Okay. Alright, what's the combo? Boom, boom. Okay, that was bad. It's fine. Counter it down 2, you gotta respect him. Now he's being more lenient with his follow-ups after down 2. Nice. I'm just gonna assume that you win this round, right? Nice punish. Ooh, okay. Yeah, obviously. Nice.
Round 4. Fight.
Okay, again, he's playing Big Tekken right here. Right here, he's trying to play Big Tekken. A step would nullify that, and this move is very linear, right? So you could have stepped, launched, do whatever, right? But let's keep going. I like that. You stepped because you're only -4, so nice. Alright, you predicted the follow-up. Like I said, this Dragunov is probably better than the Clive. Also, considering the situation that you're in, this is -14, so you want to take whatever you can. If you're in a situation like this, you need to get back in the heat, right? So this is the safest way to do it, rather than, you know, some people try and just heat burst mash. But if you land a heat engager, you get more health. You actually get your health back, so that's like the proper way, and you get more time on your heat. No, that's not it. Okay, you're a -9 here. You had the step, right? You can visually see that he's going for the heat engager, right? Not the heat engager, the heat smash, right? Especially when you created distance, right here. Even though the move was blocked, you're -9, but, you know, with the pushback, you can't get anything, right? Because you're safe anyway, right? His heat's ticking down. Stepping, again, would have been your best scenario. And you had the step. But one thing, when you guys are sidewalking, some people complain that this game is like tracking 8. But here's the thing, when you sidewalk, you want to sidewalk completely and let all the moves that he's doing whiff completely, right? Because if you try and sidewalk and then step while they're still in the middle of the animation, sometimes it will realign with you and you'll get hit because you're pressing into him. You're not, at that point, once you start swinging, you're no longer stepping, you're standing still. So you could have easily just got a nice, you know what I mean? Whoa, okay, you might have to chase him down a bit, but okay, whoa, this is embarrassing. Wait, does he really go that far? Okay, you can catch him. If you don't catch him after the second swing, he goes flying. So you want to catch him after the second swing, before the second swing is over. See, that's the second swing, and you're good. Anyway, but you went for an armor move there, very dangerous because, you know, heat smashes break armor. But you didn't play it too bad. I think one of your main issue was you were stepping and risking playing Big Tekken when you don't really have the life lead to play Big Tekken. Like, honestly, if you want to try and make comebacks in this game, start off with smaller Tekken, like the faster startup frame moves, because most likely your opponent's going to be trying to close out the win. And then we're going to end this replay with you up against this King player. Now, I do notice when I looked at his match history, I do notice that he one and done you, which is, you know, it's tragic. It happens, right? No big deal. Could be worse. Everybody gets one and done. I get one and done too. And on the king matchup, again, you're only in a +2 situation. I mean, a -2 situation, but just want to show off the second hit of down 4-2 is a high. You can duck. Let me not do a combo. Right? And even if you didn't duck the second hit is only -4. So take your turn, because a lot of these players in blue ranks, they're just going to mash. They don't really respect their own frames. Notice how I landed hit my counter hit right here? Boom. And then from here you're +7, so you can do whatever you want, right? But we're gonna let the rest of the replay play out. And see, that's the main issue. That's another problem with a lot of players. You guys don't take your turn when you're at plus frames. You're +4 in this situation, right? And you chose to do nothing, and then you backdash. You were +4. Like, this is like a Tekken 7 thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if you played Tekken 7, but that was kind of like a Tekken 7 brain rot situation. You're +4, right? Even though you didn't duck the second hit, right? It's still a minus high, so it's safe, but you're +4, and you chose to just backdash, putting yourself in another mix-up situation. Because if you guys don't take your turns when it's your turn, you're just opening yourself up to be put in more mix-ups that you didn't need to be put in. Like, this situation should have never happened, but it's fine. You did block the last hit, and just to show you guys, because some people might get hit with alley kick, after you block one alley kick, you can actually low parry the second hit, right? Like that, see? And if you don't block it, if you don't low parry it, every alley kick from this situation is super negative, and you can launch like really bad on block. But let's see what you do afterwards. Again, you didn't punish or take your turn. Maybe you didn't know. Nice, you punished the back, you punished the power crush, -10 power crush, nice. Okay, you know the season 2 fillers. I like the wall standing 3-4 combo. Okay, right here. You mainly got hit in this situation because you hesitated and then you tried to swing too late, right? Just to let you know that if you did actually block this move, it's launch punishable. -24, right? Just to show you in case you block it next time. Very bad combo afterwards, but still, it did massive damage because he was in rage. Alright, what do you do with this? Alright, when you're in these situations, the best thing to do... Hold up, we're going to try and take control of your character. You actually still would have been able to block in time. Of course, he would be safe in this situation. But if you feel like... If you're playing against someone that mashes, it's just step afterwards. Right, just step. Just step. Okay, I don't know why that whiffed. Okay. Okay, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna have to edit this out. Okay, there we go. But whatever. And then he rage dart for no reason? I'm sure you punished that. Wait, whoops, I forgot I'm still taking control of you. Okay, to avoid situations like this, do a fast move that would kill if you were to trade. If that would kill if you were to rage art, right? See, like 2 option after the down 1+2 stance. I forgot the name of the stance, but that would kill. But I think that's what you did, right? I'm just trying to make sure that is what you did, right? Okay, again, you try to play big Tekken. You don't need to play big Tekken when their life is this low. Can I take control of your character? Oh wait, I'm taking control of the wrong character. My bad. Can I rewind? Can I rewind? Why can't I rewind? Alright. Bro, I cannot rewind. Okay, did you win? Let me see if you won either. My bad. Okay, what option you went for? Okay, yeah, you went for big Tekken. Don't do that. Don't do big Tekken. Just do 2 to close out the round, because if he, even on normal hit, since you're in rage, this would kill, and on counter hit you do more damage, so it also killed. You want to do a move that's either fast enough to stop negate the startup frames or a rage are in this situation, or you want to do a move that's beefy enough to out damage the rage art and kill him through the rage art. Don't, word of advice, stop trying to do like the big Tekken stuff, like slow start. When I say big Tekken, I'm referring to like slow startup frame moves. Stop trying to do like the big Tekken stuff when you're trying to close out a round. That's like a really bad habit I've noticed. See, I see it. You like to do this big Tekken thing right here because it leaves you at a +8 situation and you want the plus frames. But don't obsess about plus frames too much. Nice one break on the giant swing. And again, you see him whiffing. You can visually see that he's whiffing right here. Nice break here, right? You're back at neutral because you broke it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do, right? Block the first hit, boom. And then you would have won. But instead, let's see what happened. Alright. No break. Pokey? Yeah, that's king for you. Such a good character. Nice, sidestep electric, season 2 combo filler with the wall standing 3-4. Okay, what are we gonna do with it? Nice. This works on a lot of blue ranks too. Okay, he mashed. Now, when you're in situations like this where you're really piecing someone up, commit to smaller Tekken, because what's gonna happen are players like this, they're gonna mash, right? So +3, what did you do? You went +3 into big Tekken. After this, right? If you're watching this replay, after this low, do the fastest starter frame move you can do, right? And I guarantee you against blue ranks, players like this, blue ranks from Tekken, Bushin to Tekken God, fast starter frame move wins in this situation, because they're going to panic. And what a lot of players like to do, especially at these ranks, if they're losing a round and they're at a massive life deficit after a launcher and a couple pokes, they're going to throw out their launcher too. In most cases with King, it's going to be a hop kick, which stops your momentum right here. And then you got hit on counter hit. Then you didn't tech the Giants. Then you didn't tech Shining Wizard, the 1+2 break. Okay, you get a knockdown. +8 situation. Okay, you're reset. You're kind of neutral. Oh, and he whiffed too. This is why I like this move with Reina, because it creates so much distance. It creates a lot of distance between you and the opponent. Maybe not a massive amount of distance where neutral is completely reset, but for the most case, you're kind of back to neutral, right? And then if you had just been patient, whiff punish, and then he would die. But you reacted too fast, and again, this guy's mashing a bit. So after this follow-up, I would have did 3, right? I would have did 3 here. But you went for big Tekken and you got floated out the air. Best advice I could give to you, okay, I like that you punish back 1 too. But you could also duck the second hit too. Right? But no worries. At least you punish back 1 too on block. But as you can see, a lot of the big Tekken is getting you killed in these situations. Big Tekken is preventing you from closing out rounds. Right? He would not have had enough frames to armor in that situation if you went for that. See? And then boom, you could have closed out the game. So like the biggest piece of advice if you're watching this replay, I know it's a long video, calm down on the big Tekken and play smaller Tekken. No break on the 1+2, and you definitely need to work on your throw breaks. Alright, you do need to take whatever mix-up because he's +12. You essentially just gotta guess for game. Okay, now you can take your turn. You're +9, he's -9. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of the replays. Hopefully, Bisalet, you can take whatever information I've given you and apply it to your gameplay. Calm down on the big Tekken when you're trying to close out games, especially when you have a life lead. Slow it down and try and play more small Tekken. Definitely step more when you're put in those situations when you're only -2 or -3. Because a lot of players at your rank, at blue rank, and blue rank from like Tekken God, I honestly, I'm not trying to be mean, but there's really not that much of a difference in skill level between a Bushin to Tekken God, right? For the most part, the only real difference is like some players will have more matchup experience, but ranks are starting to inflate a bit more, and I might do a video on rank inflation. Inflation. I can't talk right now, right? But yeah, I'll probably do a video on that. But yeah, you're not a bad player for your rank. I can tell that you're trying to learn the game, but I'm not really sure if the way Tekken 8 is designed, or if playing Reina is giving you these big habits where like a lot of Reina players like to play like you, or they like to go for big Tekken non-stop to keep the plus range, to keep the momentum. But that also leaves you open to being stepped and being predictable, like how the Dragunov in the Dragunov replay, the Dragunov stepped immediately because you try to go for like what, down 1+2 and the up forward 3-4 double kicks in the air that are like +8. But it's like a lot of the big plus frame moves have very slow startup frames, and even decent players like that blue rank Dragunov player, they're gonna abuse that. And they're gonna step against you, and then you're gonna just leave yourself open to just being like launched in those regards. So calm down on the big Tekken, lab most of the matchups, and when you're in situations where like after there's some space after interaction and you're negative, just let your opponent whiff. A lot of these times, if you're in blue rank, the best advice I can give to any blue rank players is let the opponent kill themselves for you. I guarantee you they will kill themselves for you, and there's something you can exploit, right? Whether it's stepping after being in a -3 situation or ducking a high follow-up, because a lot of mix-ups can be avoided if you actually just duck the high strings, because then it doesn't leave you susceptible to another mix-up. And check fake pressure, like when you were fighting the Clive and he was doing, what was he doing? He was doing like 1-1 dash, which is not real on block. That's just like a large player doing down forward 2 into like 2 or something. I mean, it's not real. It's not real pressure. But a lot of people sit there and they take mix-ups that they don't need to take because they missed taking their turn like a couple frames ago. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the end of the video. If anybody wants more coaching or more Tekken guides or whatnot, subscribe to the channel, join my Discord. I stream on Twitch, and I will be streaming on Twitch by the time this video is uploaded on YouTube. So yeah, have a good day.